Churches are increasingly involved directly with international ministries, including sending or spending money outside the U.S. With these activities come certain additional responsibilities. First, approve and maintain appropriate records. One of the most important guidelines for churches sending funds internationally is to retain discretion and control over the use of funds. Discretion and control over all church resources is vital to demonstrate that all funds are being used for tax-exempt purposes. But the importance is heightened even if a donor makes a gift to a church that is preferenced for a missionary. Absent discretion and control, the IRS could take the position that the donor has made a gift to the missionary and not to the church, which would cost the donor a charitable deduction. It is critical that records are maintained which establish the funds are being used for tax-exempt purposes. This documentation should include a few things. First of all, the name and address of recipients, the amount distributed to each individual, the purpose for which the aid was given, the manner in which the recipient was selected, the relationships, if any, between the recipient and the member, officers, trustees, or donors to the church. Secondly, monitoring the use of funds. Follow these 4 steps to demonstrate sound financial oversight. Begin with performing an inquiry before the funds are sent. Know the identity, history, and experience of the organization receiving the money. Next, execute a written agreement. Then require periodic reporting, and finally, take additional steps as needed to ensure the recipient fulfills the agreement. Next, let's talk about screening and vetting fund recipients. When a church sends funds internationally to another organization, it's important to obtain the names of top leadership, board members, and key individuals receiving the funds. All the names should be compared against the Office of Foreign Assets Control's list of specially designated nationals and block persons. Next, let's talk about reporting on foreign accounts and transporting cash. When a U.S. person, including a church, has a financial interest or signatory authority over foreign financial accounts, and when the aggregate value of the foreign accounts exceeds $10,000 at any time during the calendar year, a FinCEN 114 report must be filed with the IRS. It is important to remember that both the organization and the U.S. citizen having signing authority must file this report. Churches involved in international activity sometimes carry a significant amount of cash on a trip. While this isn't as prevalent as it used to be due to the ease of banking in most countries, it does still occur. And if the church determines that carrying cash is necessary, then it's important to understand the legal ramifications and reporting requirements both in the U.S. and the country of destination. When more than $10,000 of cash is carried in or out of the U.S., either, again, by a single individual or an entity, which may involve numerous individuals, a FinCEN Form 105 must be filed. Well, that wraps up this short video on international activity. For more information, you can check out the ECFA ebook, 5 Essentials of International Financial Activity for Churches, that's found on the ECFA.church website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more finance, governance, and fundraising news and insights for your church or ministry.